Do you think that you need 20% down to buy a house? Today I'm going to talk to you about the multiple reasons why that myth is just not true and how you don't need a 20% down payment to buy a home. The truth is, most of the deals that I'm doing right now that have a loan attached to them aren't even close to 20%. While some are going to be at 20% or above, there's plenty of ways to get into a home that require less than 20% of the purchase price. If you're a VA buyer, you can even get into a home with 0% down. FHA is about 3.5%, and then there's conventional programs that different lenders offer too that are well below that 20% down payment. I've even been at the closing table when my clients got a check back from the title company when they bought a home. This was possible due to down payment assistance programs like CHAFA here in Colorado. While it is true that if you don't bring 20% down, you will have mortgage insurance, don't let that stop you from getting to the closing table. It might make a lot of sense for you to buy a home even if you don't have that 20% down payment. You just have to analyze the numbers for your particular situation and ask yourself and your broker, does this make sense? If saving up for that down payment, trying to get to that 20% mark is keeping you on the sidelines, let's take a closer look at what that actually means. If you're currently renting and you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, that means you're paying $24,000 a year for your housing that isn't going towards anything else like building equity or writing off interest. Now take that same $2,000 and maybe you can buy a house, but maybe $2,000 isn't going to be enough for the monthly payment. Say it's even $3,000. A portion of that $36,000 that you're paying towards housing for that year is going to go towards principal reduction and interest. That principal reduction is going towards the equity of your home. And that interest can be written off on your taxes if you qualify. Now, some people will say that renting is like paying 100% interest. Well, I don't technically agree with that because you are getting something in return when you're renting a home, your house. It is true that 100% of that is not going towards you. If we translate that into a mortgage payment, there are going to be some benefits that you're going to realize. The other really hard thing to do is to outsave the market. If you're in a pretty consistent job and you're making the same amount of money and maybe your budget is stretched a little bit to the max, it's really unlikely that you're going to all of a sudden start saving more money than you have in the past to build up to that 20% down payment. If you are expecting a raise or a change in your income, this may not be true, but for a lot of people, it's not realistic to expect that you're all of a sudden going to be starting to save more money to buy a house. It's really important that you take a look at the numbers and make sure that you're buying a house that fits within your budget. But I do believe that if you are trying to get into homeownership, don't wait for that 20% down payment and take a look. You might be surprised. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but partnering with an experienced agent and getting connected with a good mortgage broker is going to make this achievable for you. If you're looking to buy a house this summer, give us a call. We're happy to help.